Hey there. It's Dylan coming to you again for day 15 of my 100-day challenge. And man, the time's just flying. It was 2 weeks ago today, actually, that I first started doing this 100-day challenge. And along the way, I've learned some lessons, and I've been to Hawaii, and I've been back, and I found that paradise is not Hawaii. Paradise is inside me. And here I am back in LA, and I'm Dylan Stewart, by the way. I'm Dylan Stewart. I'm the North Star Man, and I'm here today to help open up the possibility of who you could be. For me, it starts by loving myself, by not looking outside for what I need to be filling up from inside. And so as I go through this challenge, as I go through this journey, I start to unlock and uncover all these little places in myself that have served so far in my life to help keep me down, that I'm acknowledging and moving through so that I can lift up to who I'm supposed to be. And I came back from Hawaii. I think, as you know, if you've ever been to Hawaii or you've ever been on vacation, it's really easy to fall into this perfection mindset of like, oh, it's going to be so easy to take this back with me. But I really consciously wanted to bring that paradise feeling back home. And I walked in my front door when I came back, and there were all these boxes. You know, I just moved a couple of months ago. It's not just moved anymore, it was a couple of months ago. But in that process, there's all these boxes that didn't get unpacked, and they're just kind of piling up on the floor. And as I walked in the door, I immediately was like, oh, it feels so awful to have these boxes. I got to deal with them. So I started to put them aside, and I realized these boxes for me, drop that camera down just a touch here. These boxes for me, they fall into three separate categories. Think about your boxes in your life, and maybe we're talking about physical boxes that are in the closet, or maybe we're talking about the mental boxes you set things aside in your own head. For me, I've got this one box. This box was filled with used old computers. You see, I'm a computer technician when I'm not doing men's coaching, or when I'm not doing motivational talks. I'm a computer consultant and coach, and I work with that. So I've got this box of all of these old computers that need to be repaired, that need to be fixed, and that need to be worked with. And that's one side of my life. And then I've got these other boxes that have all the old memorabilia, the old photographs and the old writings, and my son and daughter's old drawings from school and report cards. And these boxes are falling apart because they've been moved again and again and again, and they're literally like coming apart at the seams, and they're overstuffed, and you can't even keep them closed anymore. And I need to go through those. And then I've got these boxes of artwork. If you watched my post yesterday where I showed my blank wall, I wasn't joking. I have no artwork on my walls yet. I got nothing up there. All I've got is blank walls, this blank space that could be something really frustrating, or it could be awesome because it's this untapped potential of what you could make it. So here I've got all this artwork in the boxes. And so you've got my computer boxes, and you've got my personal boxes, and you've got my artwork and beauty boxes, and they're all separate and they're all compartmentalized. And the first thing I did was I tried to open one up, and it made me a little tense, and then I opened up another one. Oh, that doesn't feel good. And I opened up the third one, and nowhere that I looked did it feel good to be in these boxes. They just didn't quite fit. So I started to think about what that emotional reaction, what it is that really? Where do you go when that emotion hits you and you get all closed in and tight and you're like, oh, this sucks? And I discovered that what it was for me is that in my life, I've compartmentalized my life. I've separated who I am into these separate boxes and these separate containers as if I could be contained into a box. I can't even be contained on this phone, okay? So I think I'm gonna be contained in this box, and there's these separate sides of my life. There is the Mac Whisperer. The Mac Whisperer is the computer business I've run for the last 15 years, where I'm a technology consultant. Then there's the North Star Man, which is the coaching that I've been doing for the last couple of years. And then I'm involved in all of these men's circles, and that's another box. And then I built these amazing playing cards called True Wisdom cards that I'm trying to promote and push, and they've got awesome motivational sayings on every card. I built them for Burning Man. Then there's my personal life and my family, and all these separate boxes that I've been keeping separate. I don't want to mix my Mac Whisperer stuff with my North Star Man stuff, and nobody should see the True Wisdom card stuff because that doesn't make sense, and I can't share my personal life with the people who know my computer life. In fact, everything's got to be separate, and that just doesn't work. At least it doesn't work for me. So what I want to ask you is, where in your life are your boxes? Are they unpacked? Are they organized? Or are they kind of a mess all over the place? And have you gone through them in your head where you separate, here's this box and here's that box? And what if they weren't separate? What if the box that holds the artwork and the box that holds the personal memories are really the same thing? What if the box that holds the computers and the box that holds the artwork are the same thing? What if you stop separating your life and putting it into these compartments? What if you embraced your complete self? It's not multiple boxes, it's one box, or no box if you follow me here. It's just the you, the whole you. And there's nothing wrong with any part of it. And the different parts of you have to meet each other. They have to come and they have to collide and they have to intermingle, or you're never going to discover the real you. Because the real me is not the Mac whisperer. Yeah, that's a side of me. It's the side that loves technology, that loves the geekiness of the world and the new stuff. And it's the old nerd that was, maybe ostracized a little bit in high school and came into his own as I got older. He's me, but that much. And the men's circles that I do, the men's circles where I get to really explore who I am as a leader, as a man, how I get care from other men and give care to other men. That's a side of me, but that's not the whole me. It's just a part of me. And the coaching that I'm doing, the North Star Man coaching, that's a part of me. It's a calling that I have, this North Star that I found that's guiding me in this direction to be of service to the world, to give back, to really connect and love and care for the people all around me. It's a side of me too. But what happens when they all come together? Is it a mess or is it beautiful? I pride myself on the beautiful mess. I don't want to be perfect. I don't want to be clean and like, oh my gosh, look at Dylan. He's got it all together. He's amazing. That's not real. That's not me. But what is me is the reality that these separate parts of my life, I'm tired of them being separate. I'm tired of pretending like, here's this hat that I wear, here's that hat that I wear. It's all me. So here's what I'm putting together is the beauty that's in that art box. That's me. The technology, the intelligence and problem solving, that's me. The heart and the care and the love that I feel when I'm doing my coaching, that's me. And I'm not going to bring these separate places separate anymore. I think a lot of the discordance and the dis-ease that we feel as human beings happens because we're so busy trying to separate our heart and our head and our body and our spirit. They're separate things. They're all different. My heart, that's my emotions and my feelings. But when my head is operating, I can't feel too. And when I'm being spiritual, it can't be logical because spirituality doesn't make any sense. It's this, you've got to trust, you've got to have faith. And when I'm in my body, when I'm physically in my body, I can't simultaneously be feeling my body and working out at the gym and intellectually connected to the universe. It doesn't work that way. Heart, body, mind, spirit, computers, beauty, personal, memories, all of these things, they're all one. We're one. We're a mirror for each other. And every place that you look, you're going to see these things want to be together. They want to be combined. And that's my goal in this next week. That's where I really want to focus is slamming these separate pieces together so that they fit. And at first it's going to look like a Rubik's Cube that's all mixed up. It's all the colors are on the different places. But in reality, that's the way it's supposed to be. And as I start to turn the sides of the box, boy, we're in box mode today, right? As I start to turn the sides of that Rubik's Cube, that box, and things start to come into fruition and start to come together, that's where the peace happens. That's where the alignment happens. So I've got this tattoo, and you can kind of see it here. This tattoo is my guiding principle. This tattoo is my North Star. And what that tattoo means to me is there aren't separate Dylans. There aren't separate pieces of you and who you are. They're all one. And as soon as you can embrace every element of yourself, the beautiful and the ugly, the perfect and the imperfect, the intellectual and the emotional, as those are allowed to meet and greet and intermingle and connect, that's where the alignment's going to come. That's where the peace is going to come, where you can be in work mode, feeling your emotions at the same time, and working out and connected to the beauty of the universe. And in church or in meditation and problem solving, with all the other things that need to happen. So that's what I want to bring to you today. That's day 15 for me. This is the beginning of week 3 of doing this, and I'm really starting to feel my stride. I'm Dylan Stewart. I'm the North Star Man. I want to thank you guys for watching. You can follow me on northstarman.com. You can check me out on Facebook. You can check me out on YouTube. You can check me out anywhere you want to. Google me, I'm around. Dylan Stewart, the North Star Man, teaching you the simple principles that are going to help you fall into alignment, find your North Star, and find your direction. And today's principle: stop the compartmentalization. Let all the separate pieces come together. Get out of the box. I'm Dylan Stewart. I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.